Hello, hello, hello again. Let's talk about it. What are we talking about today? I felt inspired today to talk about be careful who you have around you. Ladies, it's really for y'all. Be careful who you have around you and your kids. So I know you've seen all the tragic stuff that's going on. And I just want to say that I think a lot of times we get so caught up into ourselves, we don't really notice the people that we accept into our lives and we have around us, right? And a lot of times I feel like the person or people, they show us who they are, but sometimes we don't want to accept that. We don't want to believe that. We feel like we can change somebody and we can't change anyone. And we tend to take a lot more than what we should. We tend to stay a lot longer than we should, right? We have these people in our lives and we don't really know who they are. And some even have them, move in with them. And, and you got to think about it. You got kids, you got boys, you got girls. And nowadays you have to watch out for both because there's some sick people out here, obviously, right? But I promise you the signs are there. We just don't, we're just so caught up into, oh, I don't want to be alone. I just, I don't even know. I can just speak from my experiences. For a long time, I didn't know how to be alone. I didn't want to be alone, so I accepted. I accepted a lot of people in situations that I wouldn't normally consider had I been, really fully aware of myself and who I was. And I feel like a lot of times we do that. We're just so used to having someone around and we just accept anything. And then a tragic event could happen, But I feel like it's little stuff that builds up to that. You know what I'm saying? It could be like domestic violence issues. It could be, I feel like the signs are there, but we just overlook them because in a situation that I experienced, I wouldn't say the signs were there. It's something happened, and I was like, oh, this is not what's supposed to happen. It's not normal. It's not something that I want to experience. Because growing up, I seen my mother go through that, so it was something that I know I did not want to, be a part of. Anybody gets so mad they got to put their hands on you, it's just unacceptable. I don't care who that person is. I don't care how much you love that person. You got to love yourself more, right? And so you got to be mindful of who you have in your life and who you have around your kids. Because at the end of the day, these people that you bring in and out of your life come and go, right? Your kids are always going to be there. And they're seeing you go through this stuff. And, a lot of times we do what we see, right? I'm not saying this for everybody, but we do what we see. If you see your mom, getting beat and going through something like that, and you might end up in a situation like that, and you think that's love. A lot of times we don't love ourselves, so we think that whatever that person shows us is a form of love or affection. It's not, You just really got to get to know yourself. You really got to work on yourself and just be so, keep your eyes open, with people that you got in your life. We got to start doing background checks on people, like, for real. Because that guy, when they showed his record, like, the evidence was there, He did these things to women, like several different women. All assaults were on women, right? Don't want to speak too much on that because I'm just talking about what I saw on the social media. And I just think that, we just got to be careful and mindful of who we have in our lives, who we have around our kids. Because at the end of the day, they could do something very bad to your child. Like your child, they could be mad with you and take it on your child. Or they could sexually abuse your child. Like, you don't know what's going on in a person's head. We really don't know we really don't know the people that you're meeting and you're dating and you're having around your kids. You really don't know who these people are until it's too late. And then what can you do? You feel like it's your fault. And you just really, it's just a bad situation. You really got to take time and get to know somebody before you have them around your kids and in your house and, living with you. It's just, it's a process, and we want to rush the process. We really do. We want we want so much and we just rush it until it's just wrong. You know, this stuff is just wrong. People are just, there's a lot of crazy people out here. And I'm telling you, they show you. Just sit back and look. Don't listen to the words, like watch the actions. Sit back and look at the actions. I promise you, they'll show you who they are. Because people can talk all day long, but just sit back and just watch them. Just sit back and watch. That's all you got to do. That'll tell you everything you need to know about a person. But a lot of times we want to put these glasses on and see what we want to see, right? Oh no, it's not like he won't do that. You never know. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you what a person is not going to do because I don't know what they're capable of. You just gotta be real mindful, and you have to, you know, be aware of who you have in your life. And don't just have anybody in your house, around your kids, in your life period. Just don't do that. Work on yourself. Like get yourself together. And you'll know when that right person come along. You'll know. Don't just have anybody, just don't just accept anything just to have somebody laying next to you in bed. Because why you think that person in love with you and looking at you, he might be looking at your daughter. You just never know. Your son might be looking at your daughter or your son nowadays. So just be careful with that. You gotta be careful out here, because there's some crazy people out here. And as soon as they can't have you, or you don't want to be with them no more, whatever the case may be, and they might flip and hurt you and your child. I have a friend that was incarcerated, and you know, you meet a lot of people, you know, in prison. And it was a guy who was dating this girl, and this is a secondhand story, y'all. So, and it was a guy who was dating a girl, and she left the baby with him, and she told him she was leaving him. So he was like, "Don't leave the baby here with me." She left and left her baby there. He put her baby in the microwave and turned the microwave on. Baby died, of course. But how can you know, and then you just leaving your kids with men that they're not their father. You know, you just gotta be careful with that. That's just, it's just dangerous, because you don't know who that person is. You don't know what that person is capable of. You just don't. We just don't know this stuff. We just gotta be careful when it comes to that. I promise you, dude. It's just so much stuff. You think the man looking at you, looking at your kids, it's just sick. It's a lot of sick stuff going on. And we gotta hold ourselves accountable by who and what we allow in our lives, just to have somebody. Like, I'd rather be alone than be laying next to somebody that's gonna potentially kill me or my kids. You know, it's sad. It's sad and it's crazy. So love yourself first. Take care of yourself and your kids. Don't rush into nothing with somebody that you don't even know. They could potentially be you laying next to a serial killer. We all watch Snap. I don't know about y'all. I watch those shows and just be like, my goodness, people, this stuff is actually happening right now. This stuff is happening in South Carolina. This stuff is happening to people that we know and we love. And we can prevent it. We can. We just gotta do background checks, do research. You gotta talk to people. You got to do, you know, get a background check. It's not that expensive. I'd rather pay $25, $35 to get a background check than to be dead. You know, you just don't know. You don't know who the person you are. You know, you're laying next to. You don't know. You just don't know. Just to have somebody, you know, oh, I got a man. I mean, but you might be laying next to a killer. You just never know. It's sad. We have got to hold ourselves accountable. We got to start doing background checks on men and women, period. We just got to do that stuff for ourselves, especially if you got kids. Don't rush nothing. Don't stop rushing into stuff with people you don't even know. Because you might not wake up the next day. You just don't know. It's sad. It's so sad. And it's scary. Because you think you know somebody. Like, do we really know them? I don't know. You gotta be careful. But I promise you, they show you signs. They show you some kind of signs. We overlook them just to have, you know, I got somebody. I'm not alone. I'd rather be alone than to be dead. So Just be careful out here in these streets, y'all. Be careful. Don't just take anybody just to have somebody. Just, man, do research. Do research. Get background checks. Do all of that. It's real out here. People dying left and right. So that's all I had to say today. It was on my mind. It was on my heart. So that's all I got, y'all. Have a good day and be safe. Be safe out here. Be safe. Peace, love, and hair grease.